Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to yoga. If everyone can hear my voice good. I feel like it kind of is quiet. All right, we're good. Okay. Thank you for coming to class today. My name is Devonna, and I will be leading us in a 45-minute vinyasa flow. And I would just like to start with my hands to prayer and just a little namaste. Thank you so much for trusting me with your practice today. And today I would like us to start on our backs, but take your time, just ease on your back in a shavasana to start. Try to just let your body start to sink in. Maybe let the toes go separate ways. Close your eyes. Allow your palms to be open. Maybe start to loosen the jaw. And just for now, just let your breath be natural. Just let yourself arrive into your practice exactly as you are. Maybe start to notice the physical sensations that your body is feeling. Let the eyelids be heavy. Let the breath be natural. We're going to spend a couple minutes in Shavasana. Just try to allow yourself to be still. If you fidget a lot or if you have some energy rolling through you, just try to start to bring the intention to your breath if you feel like you can't quite center at the moment. The next time you exhale, maybe gently part the lips and let out an audible sigh out of the mouth, like, maybe do that just one more time. Very good. We're going to start to slow our breath down, and we're going to come into our pranayama practice. So pranayama is just a fancy word for life force and energy into your body through breath. So release your next exhale. And next time you inhale, you're going to take in more air in through your nostrils into your lungs. You're going to take your time as you breathe in that good prana, good, clean, purified air into the body, filling up the lungs. And then when you exhale, you're exhaling that same amount out of the body, really taking your time as you exhale, feeling that belly drop, feeling something soften in your body, in your being. Make sure you're emptying the lungs fully and completely before you take your next inhale. And we're going to do this for about 5 more breaths. So there's nothing to do here but just breathe. Come to your inner peace. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just be here now. Really take your time with your prana breathing for just 3 more rounds. Maybe if you want to practice a little more deeper prana breathing, you can take in another additional sip of air and then hold and then let everything go. And if there's ever a time in class where you feel something is out of reach or just you need just a moment to yourself, please take time in Shavasana or anything that makes you feel comfortable and safe. As long as you're breathing, you are practicing yoga. And take one more last breath here. Nice big breath. Biggest breath so far. Really just feel the luxury of this nice full inhale. Good air, good energy. And then when you exhale, you're releasing a lot of toxic waste and chemicals, and just all that uckiness in the body gets released. And now we can start to make some small movements with our wrists and our ankles. Just very gently start to wake up the body. And then we're going to bring our feet up so the knees are pointing up towards the ceiling. And you're going to spread the feet as wide as your yoga mat. You can cactus your arms here and then just bring the knees together so you're getting an internal rotation of the hips. And then just very gently separate that, and then we can start to make some windmill movements here. So dropping the knees to the right. Make sure you're breathing while you're doing this. Try not to hold your breath and take a full, complete breath before you move. And if you want, the gaze can go opposite ways of the legs. If you want a little light twisting, but just take about 3-4 breaths here in this gentle hip opening. Just trying to keep our movement intentional and gentle at the beginning of class here. Just always be gentle with yourself though. Just know your body, know your limits. You can keep the eyes closed for the beginning of class just so that you can stay with your center. Just take another breath cycle. And now, once you finish your last breath, you're going to grab both knees. You're going to bring your forehead up, a little forehead knee kiss, stretching the neck. You're going to come back down, and we can take a happy baby here. So you can grab ankles, shins, feet. If your tailbone is lifted up towards the sky, try to press the tailbone down so that all of your back muscles are on the mat. And then once you're here, you can start to rock back and forth. You can kind of move around on the mat, kind of let the floor massage all of your back muscles here. You can stretch one leg out, stretch the other. About 3 breaths in your happy baby. Just stay breathing. Noticing sensations in your body. Maybe the hips are getting a nice release here. Maybe your back, low back feels something nice on that ground. Take another breath. Now from here, you're going to bring your feet back down, and we're going to bring the soles of our feet together for a gentle butterfly stretch. So depending on how open your hips are, you don't have to be so intense with the reclined butterfly beginning of class. So you can bring the heels a little farther away from you. Just let gravity naturally let the legs fall. Try not to force anything. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just close your eyes. Take 5 breaths here. And from here, if you are somebody who likes to set intentions for your practice or for class, you can set an intention here. Become to your purpose. What is your purpose on your mat? Try to loosen the jaw here. If you're gripping your teeth, let that go. Let the tongue come on the top of the roof of the mouth. Take 3 deep breaths. Feel your heart beating. Feel your belly rise when you inhale. Then feel yourself soften and letting go as you exhale. Take 2 more breaths. And finish your last breath here. If you are in a reclined butterfly, just bring your hands on the outsides of your knees and ever so delicately close the legs up. And we're going to grab behind the knees here, and we're going to start to make some small spinal rolls. I would say about 3. If you're feeling really energetic, you can take a 4th roll. When we do find our last roll, we're going to come onto our hands and knees and come into tabletop. And if you have sensitive knees at home and you don't have any props, if you're at home, you can use a blanket. Otherwise, you can roll your mat up because we are going to spend a few minutes on our hands and knees doing a little bit of core work after our cat-cow. So if you know that your knees are slightly sensitive, just roll that mat back so that you have a little cushion underneath your knees. And now for tabletop, let's just focus on our alignment. First, just make some natural movements, maybe moving the hips around, maybe moving the neck a little bit. But then let the spine be straight. Spread the fingers wide. Let the wrists be under the shoulders, knees under hips. And then close your eyes as you lift your chin up, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone for cow. And then with eyes closed, if that feels good for you, exhale, chin to chest for cat pose. Pushing the mat away, feeling the shoulders expand. Inhale, belly drops, chin lifts as if you're trying to look behind your head. You're stretching the throat, tailbone is lifted. Exhale. Start to move with your own breath, your own cycle of breath, your own pace. Don't worry about what you look like, what your neighbor looks like. You can start to add in some organic movement. So Vinyasa yoga is pretty much just breathing into a pose. So right now you're creating a Vinyasa flow by breathing and moving into a pose. You're creating your own yoga class if you start to make natural movement. So sometimes that can even mean like sending the hips back as you exhale and then coming up into maybe a seal pose or sphinx or a little heart lift. Just take the next 5 breaths to really explore your breath and your body and your practice as you warm up the spine and the core. More importantly is to just keep that connection with your breath. And I do like to invite to keep our eyes closed in cat-cow because it just kind of brings a little bit more intention to your inner world versus the ego part of it, the looks, what looks good, who's looking at me. Just try to come into your own flow here for the next 2 breaths. One more full breath cycle just to even out. From here, we're going to come back into tabletop. So wrists under shoulders, spread the fingers nice and wide, keep the knees under the hips. As you inhale, the left leg is going to come out with the toes pointing down. So flex the toes down so you can feel that stretch in the calf. Keep the hip aligned with the knee and the ankle. So no lifting right now, just keep that. And then lift the right arm up as if you're shaking someone's hand. So we're in bird dog for 3 breaths. So just try to keep the gaze maybe towards the top of the mat or slightly in front of you. When you inhale, lengthen as if you're getting tugged from the foot and the arm. When you exhale, engage the core. Take one more full breath. And then exhale, release the right palm, release that left knee, move through a cat and a cow, or just take a neutral tabletop for a breath or 2. Then once we feel nice and ready for the other side, come back into tabletop, spread the fingers, and then right foot comes out, toes pointing down so you can feel that right calf stretch. And then left arm comes up, bird dog, 3 breaths. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, engage those deep core abdominals. Start to feel that fire, 2 breaths. 1 more breath. Release the left arm or hand and knee. We're going to bring the big toes to touch, and we're going to take a child's pose. If child's pose isn't for you, just take a comfortable seat for 5 breaths. Just kind of retain your breath back, restore your energy, and always take child's pose whenever you feel the need. You can rock your forehead left and right on the yoga mat and feel some nice opening and clarity in that pineal gland. We're always taking in information, and things that we don't really need inside can create like fogginess. So just try to clear that up as we warm up for practice. And when you finish your last exhale, inhale to press up into table. From here, we're going to curl the toes and exhale, sending the hips up into down dog. And we're going to be in down dog for about 5 breaths. So just start to pedal out the dog here. And I just want us to put the focus right now on the feet and the hands. So kind of like feel the energy of your palms pressing into the mat. Maybe spread the fingers nice and wide. Your palm can make a suction cup. Make sure your head is nice and heavy here. Maybe shake out some yeses and some nos. Pedal out the dog. Get out any cracks or pops out of the body. Spread the feet or spread the toes nice and wide. We got about 2 more breaths here. So if you want to inhale and lift that tailbone up so you're on your tippy toes. And then when you exhale, dropping the heels, essentially pushing your chest back towards the thighs. Remember, keeping that head nice and loose. And then take 1 more breath. You can inhale, tippy toes, tailbone lifts. Exhale, push that chest back. And then next time we inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders over the wrists so the spine is straight into plank pose for 3 breaths. And you can always drop the knees down here for plank. But when you do inhale, push the mat away so that you feel the shoulders expand. Then exhale, engage those deep abdominals. Take 1 more breath here. Full inhale, full exhale. Next time you inhale, roll the shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, drop the knees. Come down nice and slow. Bring the heart down. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. And then we're going to exhale, down dog. We're going to do that 3 more times. So inhale, rolling into plank. Exhale, drop the knees, come down, bring that heart down. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Maybe you grow the cobra hood a little larger. Maybe you take an up dog with the knees floating. Exhale, down dog. Just take a breath here. Then we'll inhale, plank. Exhale, drop the knees, lower down. Inhale, press up, heart up. Back bend of your choice. Could be just a gentle, or it could be sphinx. Exhale, down dog. Just 1 more to go, you guys. Just take a breath here. Really building the heat. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees drop. Bring that heart down. Inhale, heart up. And exhale into child's pose or a seat. Just take 3 breaths. If you need a little sip of water before we come into stand, go right ahead and take a sip of water. About 2 more breaths here. Inhale into table. Take your time. Maybe make some wrist circles along the way while you're here. Just give a little extra love to your body. Curl the toes and exhale the hips up. Just a breath here for down dog. And then from down dog, walk your hands back towards your feet. Once the hands are back towards the feet, inhale, halfway lift, spine is straight, gaze at the top of the mat. And then we're going to exhale into our first forward fold, so we can just take a little gentle bend in the knees and take a ragdoll. If that feels good for you, you can grab opposite elbows. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. Let the head be loose. You can sway left and right if that feels good on your low back. Again, maybe some additional yeses and nos with the head, just getting a little neck relief there. Take one more breath. And release the grip if you have one. We're going to inhale and slowly roll, kind of keeping that like ragdoll position with the arms and the head. Once you get to the top, just start to roll the shoulders back. Maybe roll opposite shoulders. Start to walk towards the top of your mat. And then once we get to the top, we'll take some breaths together. First before we breathe, let's connect the feet into the earth. So just take mountain pose, open your palms, take a breath here. It's really important for us to connect with our feet. So just really feel the earth's energy coming into your feet. And then when we take a breath, you can inhale with bent knees, and then using the earth's force, allow that to lift the arms, lift the gaze, look up, and exhale. Hands to the heart, maybe chin to the chest, a little bow of gratitude. And we'll do that 3 more times. So again, just slightly bend the knees and really feel the energy of the earth. And then with that support, you're going to inhale and lift up from the feet up, gaze up. And exhale. Close your eyes, chin to chest. 2 more. Inhale, rooting up. Breathing, taking our time, looking up. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Take all that time, take in more air, look up, take in even more air, and then exhale, hands to heart. Release the palms for mountain pose. Again, just be at the top of the mat, close your eyes. And from here, start to connect the energy into the left foot. Open your eyes now, and then we're going to lift up that right leg. And then from here, we're going to bring hands to the heart, or you can bring hands to the hip. What we're going to do is step the right foot back and come into warrior 1. So I'm actually going to turn this way. Yeah, so for warrior 1, let the right foot be at about a 40-degree angle. The legs are in slightly separate lanes. And then for your hips, keep the hands on the hips and try to turn the hips so that they're squared in front of your mat. And obviously not everyone's hips are going to do that, and that's okay. Just wherever they stop, and then bend into that left knee. Inhale, arms overhead. Let the pinkies come towards each other. And it's okay if you're lunging forward, but try to bring the shoulders back so they're over the hips. There you go. Good. Now take 3 breaths. 2 more breaths here. And last breath. Stay for that exhale, and then we're going to start to open up to warrior 2. So adjusting your feet, and also straighten that left leg. Just give your quads a little break in between, and also just to help set you up here. So let the left heel of the foot be on the center of the inner right foot. Yes. And then you can start to bend into that left knee, and then bring the arms up, shoulders relax. Let your gaze be through the left fingertips, and take 3 breaths here. If your quads are burning up, that's a good thing for your practice. You're getting stronger. And take one more breath here. Okay, now straighten that left leg and then turn the left toes towards the left side of your yoga mat. Yes, so now you're facing the lake. And now slightly pigeon toe the feet. We're going to be coming into straddle fold, but we're going to take our time getting down there. So bring the arms up like warrior arms. And then inhale to take just a small back bend. Maybe look up. And now just when you exhale, hinge slowly at the hip so the heart is coming forward. Let the nose trace the water for as long as possible. Just really take your time coming down. Once you do make it down, grab the outsides of your feet and first kind of take a halfway lift. Inhale to lengthen so the spine is straight. And then when you exhale, start to pull yourself closer down using your upper arm strength. And if your back is rounded right now, just try to keep the heart lifted so the spine is straight here. Keep the tailbone lifted. We're going to be here for about 3 breaths. So again, I encourage you to feel the support of the 4 corners of your feet. Feel the support of the earth below you. Whatever energy you send out is received. So just send that good energy in through the earth, through the feet, stabilizing you. And take 2 more full breaths here. Eventually, one day, your head might get closer to the ground. And that never has to be a goal here, so just try not to compete with your own body in practice. And take 1 more breath. Now you're going to bring both hands below your face. So you're going to take a little halfway lift here with the palms down. And there's going to be a different perspective for you guys. So what you're going to do is start to walk the hands towards the right foot. So you're going to be facing the back of your mat. And what you're doing is coming into warrior 2 at the back of warrior 1 on the right side on the back of your mat. So we're just switching sides through the back. So bend into that right knee. Let that left foot be a 40-degree angle. When you feel ready, inhale the arms up. And it's okay if you're a little wobbly or if you have to catch your footing. Like, take that time to set yourself up before you bring the arms up. And take 3 breaths. Come back to your intention if you set an intention. Or just root that energy into the feet. And this is a slightly twisting pose too. 2 breaths. Take 1 more breath. And now we're gonna make our way into warrior 2. So however way you would like to get there, just make sure you're adjusting your feet. So you can always straighten that right leg, give your leg a little break. And again, so the feet are different than warrior 1. So this time that right heel is on the inner left foot, the center line. Perfect. Now bend into that right knee. Let that right knee slightly point towards the right pinky toe so your hips are open. Arms out, shoulders relaxed. Take 3 breaths. Gaze through the right fingertips. And keep the shoulders stacked above the hips so you're not kind of like leaning too forward or leaning too back. Such strong, powerful yogis in this room. Take another breath. And sweet release. Straighten that right leg. And then turn that right toe back towards the left side of the mat. We're taking our second straddle fold. So this time, as long as you don't have a shoulder injury here, so let's keep our feet slightly pigeon-toed, unless you have like really bad like sciatica, then keep them straight. Otherwise, slightly pigeon-toe the feet. And this time, if you want a shoulder opening here, clasp the hands behind the back. Yes. And now inhale, take a back bend. Maybe you go a little bit deeper. And then when you exhale, you can start to round down, bring the fists over the head. If this feels really good for you, let those fists come down. Don't force them down, but just allow yourself to breathe and release in the shoulders. And we're going to be here for 5 breaths. So if there is additional movement you want or you absolutely hate this, just release the hands. And this is some time to have some freedom in your own practice. So if there's something that you've been wanting to work on, maybe some side lunging, maybe you want to twist, maybe you need a shoulder and neck opening. Maybe you are more on the intermediate advanced level and you want to do headstand practice. All styles and level of yoga is always welcome and encouraged. And always, if there's any questions after class, you can always come ask me. Take 3 more breaths. Again, feel the energy from the earth supporting you through the feet. Your root chakra, which is the energy at the base of your spine, is supporting you. You're connecting with that chakra today, which is a really good, beautiful chakra to connect with. The color with that would be brown or maroon, like earthy tones. It's like our home chakra. Take another breath. When you feel done with your fold or whatever you're practicing right now, bring the hands back into the center. And now we're going to inhale the arms up like warrior 2, and we're going to come up halfway and then all the way up with the core. And then we're going to turn the feet towards the right and step the left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Bring the hands to the heart. So you're going to be coming back towards the top of your mat. So back towards, yes, there. Just take a breath here in mountain pose. Take about 3 breaths. We're going to be coming into our balancing pose before we come down for grounding. We're going to be doing an eagle pose today. So just kind of, again, we're connecting with our feet, with the earth, with the stability that earth gives us, and the trust with ourselves. And then we're going to start balancing on the right foot. So start to make that connection with your right foot in the yoga mat. We're going to lift the left leg. And from here, we can just start kind of gentle. Just bring the left foot towards the right ankle. Bring the arms up. Take a little seat, and then bring the left arm to either wrap, cross, or hug yourself. From here, elbows to the right, knees to the left. If you want to double wrap, sit the seat a little bit lower. Take 3 breaths. Two more breaths. Last breath. So good, so strong. And release, open up, maybe 5-pointed star, or just any kind of movement you need to shake out that and start on the other side. So now we're putting the energy into the left foot and just kind of starting gentle with it, just kind of getting to know our bodies here, making sure we feel stable in that left foot, and then crossing the right ankle, bringing the arms up, and you're either going to wrap that right arm under or hug yourself. And then take a seat. From here, if you want to kind of double cross the foot, bring the knees to the right, elbows to the left. Take 3 breaths. It's okay if you come out of the pose, just come right back. 2 breaths. Maybe lift the elbows a little bit higher to feel that shoulder stretch. Sit a little bit deeper, last breath. And then unwrap, hands to heart. Option to flow, or you can just come onto your bellies. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step the feet back. Exhale, knees down. And then come onto your bellies. Stack the forearms, bring the forehead down for a belly shavasana for a few breaths here. We're going to be moving into half frog soon. But before we do half frog, we're going to do a little back strengthening sphinx pose. So more gentle back strengthener. Just feel your belly breathing into the earth, support of our yoga mat. The rhythm of your breath coming back to a nice neutral pace. And now from our folded arms, we're going to separate the arms out and then start to walk the hands back so that your hands are like at the top of your yoga mat. Your feet can be as wide as your yoga mat if that feels good. And then you're going to lift the heart. And although this pose is more on the gentle side, you still want to put a little bit of strength here in the hands. So press, maybe even like lifting onto the fingertips, but also with your elbows, kind of pull them back towards you so that your heart lifts and you can feel it in your low back. And if you want a little bit more, you can windmill the legs back and forth and just take 3 breaths here. And also don't feel the need to move if kind of just being still is your vibe today. Just focus on lifting the heart, pressing into the mat, engaging some of the low back muscles. Maybe even lift the gaze a little more upward. Now we're working with the throat chakra here, maybe even opening the mouth. Maybe even closing the eyes, letting yourself have a moment of vulnerability here. Whenever you're ready, just start to come back down with that heart and then make that little cross again, or forearm stack if you would like. We're going to be moving into half frog here. So you can cactus your arms out and bring the right cheek onto the mat and then let the left leg come out at a 90-degree angle. And try to keep that left hip pressed into the yoga mat. And it's obviously okay if that hip is lifted a little bit, but if it is, just try to get the leg to a place where the left hip can kind of sink down so that you're getting that nice stretch in the groin on the left side here. Take 5 breaths. If you want a little bit more intensity, stretch out that left leg. And if you are feeling like you want a little vinyasa flow, a little heart pumping, slide the fingers back and then inhale to lift up the heart. You can lift up, look back, and then you can exhale down. That's an option. Options are good to have, but also don't feel overwhelmed with option if you just need a place of rest and connection. Otherwise, a nice little flow on a Friday, get the heart lifted. I love doing heart opening things on Friday. It's a good day for self-care, self-love. Take about 3 more breaths in whatever kind of self-love you're choosing for yourself. About 2 more luxurious breaths to go. Last breath on this side. And only when those lungs are nice and emptied, start to bring that left leg back, but take it nice and slow. We want to be good to our bodies. And then we're gonna turn the left cheek down and then bring that right leg out. Again, you can make a 90-degree angle or you can stretch that leg long. Take 5 to 7 breaths here. And again, option to flow. So what you can do is bring the palms down, kind of like as if you're coming into a cobra. Then inhale to peel the heart up and then look up and maybe even look back and just feel the intensity in that stretch. Coming down nice and slow with the exhale. Just taking your time. Try not to rush in this little flow that you create for yourself. And if you are moving in a little flow, be spontaneous. Maybe it feels good to just roll the shoulders around. Just allow yourself to be fluid and free in your vinyasa practice. About 2 or 3 more breaths to go. Take your last breath here. And only when you fully exhaled, you're going to start to make your way into a seat, just to transition onto our back. But once you get to a seat, maybe it feels good to give yourself a little hug. With all that hip opening, sometimes it feels good to kind of counter it with a little hug, maybe a little rocking, just like a little moving that sacrum on the ground, like a little egg or something. And then we'll slowly make our way onto our backs, but keep the knees up. With the right knee up, release the left leg long. We're gonna squeeze the right knee towards our chest for wind relieving pose. Squeezing that right knee towards the chest, start to squeeze the knee towards the right armpit and then start to move it back towards the chest. So this is wind relieving pose. And you can move the ankle around here. And then from here, we're gonna bring the leg across our body towards the left side of the mat, opening into a supine spinal twist. Open that right arm, gaze towards the right, and take 3 breaths here. Last breath here. And then when you exhale fully and you come out of the twist, I keep the right bent leg in your, grab the knee with your hand. So you're essentially in like a half happy baby here. So you're kind of doing the opposite of the wind relieving. Now we're kind of like just opening it towards the side. If that feels good for you, just kind of move that around and then let the right leg come nice and long. Stretch it out. Maybe it feels a little bit longer than the left. And then we'll squeeze the left knee towards the chest, nice and tight. You can even keep the head on the mat, but look down at your knee so you make a double chin. And then squeeze the left knee towards the left armpit and then back again towards the top of the chest and just start to move that around. Moving your ankle around, massaging your descending side of the colon here. So squeeze nice and tight. Then start to make your way into your twist on the left side. So bring that leg across the body towards the right. Open up the arm, the left arm, and gaze towards the left. Take 3 breaths. Come out of that twist, and again, taking that like half happy baby with that left leg, kind of just moving it around. And then spreading out nice and wide on your yoga mat like a 5-pointed star. Take up all the space in the galaxy. And then coming into our final pose, Shavasana. Arguably the best yoga pose ever. So you have at least a minute here. If you have the time, please stay. Close your eyes. Don't worry about doing. Don't worry about thought. Don't worry about breath. Just allow yourself to be nothing. Allow the gifts of this practice to peacefully reside over you head to toe, unlocking some magic from the universe right here on your yoga mat. Allow yourself to surrender, to receive, and be exactly as you are. I'll let you know when it's time to go. Until then, just please enjoy Shavasana. Eyelids be heavy, breath be natural. Start to bring some focus back into our breath. Maybe start to deepen the breath, slowly allowing your body to come back to wake. Taking your time, maybe rolling to your favorite side and fetal position. And when you do that, just take a moment or two here before pressing into a seat, closing practice together with one breath, but take your time getting there. You can keep the eyes closed. Let go of whatever breath you have. Then bringing hands to the heart, inhale through the nostrils, exhale out of the mouth. Thank you guys so much for coming to class. It's always my honor to be here with you. And if you have any questions, anything, just holler. And thank you. Have the most beautiful day. Namaste.